Hello friends, today we will learn about the photometric titration. So what is the photometric titration? So it is a titration in which endpoint is determined by the measurement of absorbance of light by the solution. It is known as photometric titration. So it is a titration in which endpoint is determined by the measurement of absorbance of light by the solution. It is known as photometric titration. So it is a titration in which we use light. That's why it is known as photometric titration. Light means photon. That's why it is known as photometric titration. For next, what is the photometric titration? For the understanding of photometric titration, we take flash. So this is the flash. Into the flash we take reagent. Oh, sorry, reactor. Into the flash we take reactor. So this is reactor into the flash. Now we will take burette. So this is the burette. This is burette in which we take reagent. So this is the reagent into the burette. It is a reagent. So reagent take into the burette, reactant take into the flash. Now we add reagent into the flash. So this reagent add into the flash. At that time, reactant convert into the product. Reactant convert into the product. Means whenever reagent add into the flash, at that time reagent and reactant both are combined with each other and form a new product. So whenever reagent and react with each other and form product. So this is the three main components: reagent, product, and reactant are used into the photometric titration. So this is the titration in which endpoint is determined by the measurement of absorbance of light. So what is endpoint? So this all reactant convert into the product, it is known as endpoint. Means all reactant are react with reagent and convert into the product, it is known as endpoint. Means after endpoint, no reactant are available into the flash. Means after endpoint, no more reactant are available into the flash. It is known as endpoint. Means endpoint means all reactant convert into the product. This point is known as endpoint. This endpoint is determined by the measurement of light by the solution. So this measurement of absorbance value is used to determine endpoint. So this endpoint it is used to determine the concentration and volume of the reactant. That's why we determine the endpoint. So this endpoint it is used to determine volume or concentration of a reactant. That's why we will determine the endpoint. This endpoint is determined by the measurement of absorbance value. For the determination of endpoint, we take Lambert-Beer law. So this is the Lambert-Beer law is A is equal to epsilon T C. So this is the mathematical expression of Lambert-Beer law in which A is absorbance. Epsilon means absorptivity coefficient. T means thickness of sample tube. C means the concentration of the solution. So whenever epsilon means absorptivity coefficient, T means the thickness of sample tube. We take constant. Whenever we take epsilon and T constant, at that time absorbance is directly proportional to the concentration. Means absorbance is directly proportional to the concentration. When thickness and absorptivity coefficient take as a constant, at the time absorbance is directly proportional to the concentration. Means we change concentration, at that time absorbance value will be also changed. Whenever change the concentration of the solution, at that time absorbance value of the solution will be also changed. So for the determination of endpoint, we plot a graph. Absorbance again concentration of reagent. So we plot a graph. Absorbance take onto the vertical line and concentration of the reagent take onto the horizontal line. It is the concentration of the reagent. Remember this thing. We take horizontal line onto the concentration of reagent. Either we will use the volume of the reagent, either we will take concentration of reagent. Both we will take here. So here take concentration of the reagent. Means we plot graph absorbance against concentration of the reagent. Either we plot graph absorbance against volume of the reagent. Either concentration, either volume of the reagent we will use here for the plot graph. So here plot graph absorbance against concentration. It gives some shape. It obtains some shape. Either this type of the graph will be obtained, either this type of the graph will be obtained, either this type of the graph will be obtained. So this shape of the graph, it is depend on to the optical characteristic of reactant, product and reagent. So the shape of the graph, it is depend on to the optical characteristic of reactant, product and reagent. Whatever shape of the graph is obtained is depend on to these three components: product, reagent and reactor. So there are four types of graph it will be obtained whenever absorbance against concentration or volume of the reagent we plot. At this time four types of graph will be obtained. So this graph it is used to determine endpoint. So this is the photometric titration, means it is a titration in which endpoint is determined by the measurement of absorbance value by the absorbance of light by the solution. It is known as photometric titration. For the determination of endpoint, we plot the graph absorbance against concentration of the reagent or volume of the reagent. So this graph it is used to determination of endpoint. So this is all about the photometric titration. Next we will learn about the types of graph. There are four types of graph is obtained whenever plot graph absorbance against concentration of reagent or volume of the reagent. So next we will learn about the types of graph. So friends, when we plot a graph absorbance against concentration or volume of the reagent, at that time four types of graph will be obtained. First of all, we learn about the type 1 graph. When deficiency of absorbance by the reagent and product, at that time type 1 graph is obtained. So when deficiency of the absorbance by the reagent and product, at that time type 1 graph is obtained. When reagent and product are colorless, means colorless compound does not having the absorbing property. That's why light does not absorb by them. That's why reagent and product is colorless. That's why decrease the absorbance value, means deficiency of absorbance created by the reagent and product. Because of reagent and product are colorless, that's why it is not having the absorbing property, means light does not absorb by them. That's why decrease the absorbance value, means deficiency of absorbance created by reagent and product. For the type 1 we take reagent and product. So here reagent and product, reagent and product both are colorless. Both are colorless. So colorless compound does not having the absorbing property. That's why absorbance is 0. So for the colorless compound, absorbance is equal to 0. Absorbance is equal to 0 because colorless compound does not having the absorbing property. That's why absorbance is equal to 0. So we take third component, reactant. So this reactant take as a color compound. So this reactant is color. So colored compound having a absorbing property, means light absorbed by them. That's why absorbance does not is equal to 0. Absorbance does not is equal to 0 because colored compound having a absorbing property, means absorbance does not equal to 0. So here reactant is color compound, that's why absorbance does not equal to 0. Here reagent and product both are colorless, that's why absorbance is equal to 0. Then we plot a graph absorbance against concentration or volume of the reagent. So here we plot a graph absorbance against volume of reagent. So here onto the vertical line we take absorbance value. So here vertical line takes absorbance value, and onto the horizontal line we take volume of reagent. Volume of reagent. Onto the horizontal line we take volume of the reagent. Onto the vertical line we take absorbance value. Here we plot a graph absorbance against volume of reagent. Here we will also take concentration of reagent, but here we take volume of reagent. So plot a graph absorbance against volume of reagent. For better understanding of this graph, we give the number of volume of reagent. So here 0, 1 ml, 2 ml, 3 ml, 4, 5, 6. So this is the ml of reagent. 1 ml, 2 ml, 3 ml, 4, 5, 6. Here give a percentage absorbance. 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, and 5%. So this is the absorbance value, and this is volume of reagent, 1 ml, 2 ml, 3 ml. So, and here percentage of absorbance, 1%, 2, 3, 4, and 5%. So before we plotograph absorbance again volume, for the how to plotograph, so we plotograph absorbance again volume of reagent. Before we take burette, into the burette we will take reagent. So this is reagent take into the reagent. This is reagent take into the burette. So this burette having a reagent. Reagent is colorless compound. That's why absorbance is equal to 0. Then we will take flask. So this is the flask in which we take reactor. So this is the flask into we take reactor. So this is reactor into the flask. So before the addition of reagent into the reactant, we measure the absorbance value of reactant. Here reactant is the maximum amount of present. That's why this is the color compound. Reactant are color compound. That's why it give a higher absorbance value, maximum absorbance value before the addition of reagent into the flask. So we measure the absorbance value of reactant before the addition of reagent. So here 0 ml volume of reagent means we now add the reagent into the flask. At that time measure the absorbance value of reactant. Here reactant is the maximum amount. That's why it give a maximum amount of absorbance. Suppose it give a 5% of absorbance value before the addition of reagent. So it gives maximum amount of absorbance. Next, then we will add 1 ml. Suppose 1 ml of reagent add into the flask. So this 1 ml reagent is react with reactant and convert into the product. This product is formed into the flask and it is also colorless. So this product is colorless. That's why light does not absorb by them, because reagent and product both are colorless. That's why absorbance is equal to 0. So here this product is formed but light does not absorb by them. That's why this product into the flask light does not absorb by them. So this reactant, some amount of reactant convert into the product, means reactant volume is decreased. So before the addition of reagent we measure the absorbance value. We give maximum amount. Then we will add 1 ml of reagent. So this 1 ml reagent is react with some amount of reactant. Suppose we take 1 ml reactant are converted into the product. So this 1 ml reactant are decreased. So absorbance value will be also decreased. So whenever 1 ml volume of reagent add into the flask, at that time absorbance value will be also decreased. Suppose it give absorbance value is here. So whenever 1 ml reagent add into the flask, at that time absorbance value of reactant will be decreased because of reactant converting to the product. When reagent add into the flask, at that time reactant converting to the product. So volume of reactant will be decreased. That's why give the absorbance value will be decreased. So the absorbance value will be decreased whenever 1 ml reagent is added into the flask. Now we will take 1 more ml reagent add into the flask. At this time 1 more ml of reaction convert into the product. So total 2 ml reagent are added into the flask. So total 2 ml reaction convert into the product. This product is formed is colorless. That's why it light does not absorb by them. That's why reaction are converted into the product, means volume of reaction will be decreased. That's why absorbance value will be also decreased. So here 2 ml of reagent when we add into the flask. At that time, absorbance value will be decreased. Suppose it gives here. So whenever 1 ml of reagent add into the flask, at that time absorbance value will be decreased. Because of total 2 ml reagent add into the flask, at that time 2 ml reaction convert into the product. That's why volume of reaction are gradually decreased and convert into the product. So as it is, whenever gradually addition of reagent, at that time gradually reaction convert into the product, means the volume of reaction or concentration of reaction will be gradually decreased. That's why whenever gradually addition of reagent, at that time gradually reaction convert into the product. This product is form is colorless. That's why light does not absorb by them, means absorbance value of reaction is gradually decreasing. Whenever gradually addition of reagent into the flask, at that time absorbance value will be gradually decreased. So here absorbance value is gradually decreased up to the end point. So suppose this is the end point, means all reactant convert into the product. So whenever end point is formed, at that time no reactants are available into the flask, means all reactant convert into the product. Suppose into the flask all product will be formed. Here no reaction are available into the flask. That's why it does not light absorb by them. Means after the end point we add reagent. At the time this reagent is as it is into the flask, because now reaction are not available into the flask. That's why whenever after the end point when add the reagent, at the time reagent is as it is into the flask. That's why whenever measure the absorbance value after the end point, at that time constant absorbance value is obtained, because reagent and product both are colorless compounds. That's why absorbance property is 0. So after the end point absorbance is constant, because here reactions are not available, because whenever end point, here end point is obtained. So here end point is obtained. So whenever end point is obtained, at that time all reaction convert into the product. At that time absorbance value is constant. So after the end point absorbance value is constant, because of reagent and product both are colorless. That's why light does not absorb by them. So this end point is obtained. So that much amount of, means 4 ml of reactants are required to all reaction convert into the product. So this end point it is used to determine concentration or volume of reactant. So this end point it is used for the concentration or volume of the reactant, means how much amount of reactant are available into the flask. It is determined by the use of end point, means that much amount of, means 4 ml of reactant are required to reactant convert into the product. So this end point it is used to determine concentration or volume of reactant. So this type of graph will be obtained when reactant and product both are colorless. At that time that type of shape will be obtained. So this is the type 1 graph. Next we will learn about the type 2 graph. So next we will learn about type 2 graph. When deficiency of absorbance by reactant and product, at that time type 2 graph is obtained when reactant and product are colorless. So this reactant and product is decrease the absorbance value, because of reactant and product is colorless. So light does not absorb by them. That's why decrease the absorbance value. So deficiency is created by the deficiency of absorbance is created by the reactant and product. So here reactant and product. So this reactant and product both are colorless. At this time absorbance is approximately 0. When reaction and product are colorless, at that time absorbance is approximately 0. And third component reagent. Third component reagent take as a colored compound. So this reagent is color. So it gives some absorbance value. That's why absorbance does not equal to 0. So here reagent is colored. That's why absorbance does not equal to 0. Reaction and product both are colorless. At that time absorbance approximately 0. Then we plot graph absorbance again concentration or volume of the reagent. So here we plot graph absorbance again volume of reagent. Volume of reagent. So volume of reagent take here and absorbance we will take here. Suppose here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ml. Here 1%, 2%, 3, 4, 5, 6% of absorbance. Then we take burette. Into the burette we take reagent. So this reagent is now colored. So this colored reagent take into the burette. So this is reagent. It is colored compound. And we take flask. Into the flask we take reactor. So this is the reaction into the flask. So this reagent is colored compound. This reactant is colorless compound. So before the addition of reagent, maximum amount of reactants are available, but it is a colorless. That's why it is not having absorbing properties. When measure the absorbance value before the addition of reagent, at that time it give a minimum amount of absorbance because a reactant is colorless. That's why it give minimum absorbance value. Suppose it give a absorbance value is 1. So 1 absorbance value is 4. Whenever before the addition of reagent means all reactions are present into the flask. At that time it give a minimum amount of absorbance. Then we add 1 ml of reagent. So this 1 ml of colored reactant and into the flask. At that time this 1 ml reagent react with colorless reactant and convert into the product. So this product is formed. So this product is formed. But this product is colorless. That's why light does not absorb by them. So this 1 ml colored reagent convert into the product. That's why absorbance value given by them is constant. So whenever 1 ml of reagent add into the flask, at that time this 1 ml of reagent convert into the product. That's why absorbance value is a constant. Then we will add a second mole, means another 1 mole of the reagent. At that time this another mole of reagent convert into the product. That's why absorbance value will be constant whenever 2 ml of reagent add into the flask. So this whenever gradually addition of reagent, the gradually reactant convert into the product up to the end point. So up to the end point absorbance value will be constant because of this reagent is converting to the product. So this colored reagent convert into the product. So this product is formed into the flask. It is also colorless. That's why absorbance given by them is a constant because of product and reaction both are colorless. That's why the absorbance value is constant. This reaction convert into the product. So this colored reaction convert into the product whenever gradually addition of reagent into the flask. At that time product is formed. That's why it give absorbance value is a constant. So this is the constant value of absorbance. Now up to this constant absorbance value is obtained up to the end point. Suppose here end point is obtained. Now all product will be formed. So this product will be colorless product will be formed. Means all reaction convert into the product. Now then we add the 1 ml of reagent. At that time this reagent as it is into the flask because now reactions are not available into the flask. At that time this reagent add into the flask is as it is into the flask. That's why now we measure the absorbance value. At that time absorbance value is something or a little bit increase. So whenever gradually addition of reagent, at that time absorbance value will be gradually increase because of whenever addition of reagent, at that time the concentration of reagent into the flask will be gradually increase. So whenever reagent adds into the flask, at that time absorbance value Q by them is gradually increase, because of now reactions are not available into the flask. At that time reagent add into the flask is as it is into the flask. That's why increase the absorbance value whenever addition of reagent. After the end point, up to the end point, absorbance value is constant because of this colored reactant converted into the product. This product is colorless, that's why does not give absorbance value. So up to the end point, absorbance value is constant. After the end point, gradually absorbance increase because of reactions are not available. That's why reagent as it is into the flask. That's why whenever addition of reagent into the flask, at that time absorbance value is increased. So this end point is a 4. So this is the end point. Means that much amount of reagent are required to all reaction convert into the product. Means here 5 ml of reagents are required to reaction convert into the product. So this end point is used to determine concentration or volume of the reagent. So that type of graph of shape of graph will be obtained when a reactant and product are colorless. So this is the type 2 graph will be obtained when the efficiency of absorbance by reactant and product. So friends, next we will learn about the type 3 graph. Means when deficiency of absorbance by reactant and product, at that time type 3 graph is obtained. When deficiency of absorbance is created by reactant and reagent. So here reactant and reagent both are colorless compound. That's why decrease or deficiency of absorbance is created. So here reactant and reagent both are colorless compound. So it does not give absorbance value. So absorbance is approximately 0 or 0. Means colorless compound does not like absorb by them. That's why absorbance is equal to 0. And third component, product. So this product is formed into the flask is color. So the product is formed is color compound. So absorbance does not equal to 0 because of colorless compound light absorbed by them. That's why absorbance does not equal to 0. So here product is color compound. That's why absorbance does not equal to 0. Here reactant and reagent both are colorless. That's why absorbance is approximately 0. So then we plot the graph absorbance again, volume of reagent. So here absorbance, here volume of reagent take on to the horizontal line. 0, 1 ml, 2 ml, 3 ml, 4 ml, 5, 6, 7. Here 1%, 2%, 3, 4 and 5. Here absorbance and here volume of the reagent. So here we take burette. So this burette is into the burette we take reagent. This reagent is a color. So this is reagent into the burette. And now we will take flask. So this flask, into the flask we take colorless reactant. So this is flask, into the flask we take reactant. Reactant are also colorless. So this reactant into the flask is colorless. So this reagent take into the burette, it is also colorless. So before the addition of reagent we take absorbance value. At that time it gives absorbance value is 0 because of reactant is colorless. At that time absorbance value is equal to 0 before the addition of reagent. Now we will add 1 ml reagent. So this 1 ml reagent added to the flask. At that time this 1 ml reagent is react with reactant and convert into the product. So this product is formed is colored. So this product will be formed into the flask. So some amount of product will be formed. So this some amount of product is formed when 1 ml reagent added into the flask. At that time this reactant and reagent both are react with each other and convert into the product. So this product is formed into the flask is a colored compound. Then we measure the absorbance value. At that time absorbance value is slightly increased compared to the before the addition of reagent. So 1 ml of reagent added into the flask, at that time something give absorbance value is 1%. So whenever 1 ml reagent added into the flask, at that time it give 1% absorbance value. Then we will add another 1 ml of reagent. So total 2 ml of reagent add into the flask. So product will be also increased. So whenever 2 ml of reagent add into the flask, then 2 ml of reactant and reagent are react with each other and convert into the product. So increase the concentration of product. So here whenever 2 ml of reagent add into the flask, at the time suppose it give 2% of absorbance value, because of this product is color compound. So the whenever addition of reagent into the reactant, at that time product is formed. This product is color compound, that's why light absorbed by them. So whenever gradually addition of reagent into the flask, at that time gradually product will be formed. So this gradually addition of reagent into the flask, so the colored product gradually form into the flask. So this gradually product will be formed whenever gradually addition of reagent. So its absorbance value will be gradually increased up to the end point. So this end point, suppose this is end point, means all reactant convert into the product. So all colored product is formed at end point. So here all completely product will be formed. So this absorbance value is maximum. After the end point we add reagent. After the end point we add reagent. So this reagent is colorless and it is placed into the flask as it is. Because now reactant are not available into the flask, at that time reagent is placed as it is into the flask. So this completely product is formed. So this absorbance value is constant after the end point with addition of reagent. So this end point is formed. So this end point is formed. So after the end point, this is the end point. After the end point, we gradually addition of reagent, absorbance value is kept constant because of reagents are colorless. That's why light does not absorb by them. So completely product is formed. Now concentration of the product does not change. That's why absorbance does not change. Means absorbance give is the constant with addition of reagent. So this end point is formed. So that much of amount of volume is required to reactant convert into the product. Now here 5 ml, suppose approximately 5 ml reagent, 5 ml reagent is required to all reaction convert into the product. So this end point it is used to concentration of product, concentration of volume of the reactant, determine the concentration or volume of the reactant. So this type of shape of graph will be obtained when reactant and reagent both are colorless. So this is the type 3 graph when reactant and reagent is are colorless. So friends, next we will learn about type 4 graph when deficiency of absorbance is created by product. So here only product is colorless, so that's why it does not light absorb by them. Here only product is colorless compound. So whenever product is colorless compound, at that time decrease the absorbance value by them. So here a product is only colorless compound. So product is colorless compound. So its absorbance value is equal to 0. So absorbance value is equal to 0 by product. And two more components, reactant and reagent. Reactant and reagent both are taken as a color compound. So here reactant and reagent both are color compound, that's why absorbance does not equal to 0. So here reactant and reagent both are color compound, that's why absorbance does not equal to 0. Here only product is colorless, that's why absorbance is equal to 0. Then we plot graph absorbance against volume of reagent. So here we plot graph absorbance against volume of reagent. Volume of reagent. Here volume is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ml of reagent. Here 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, 5% absorbance value. So we plot graph absorbance again volume of reagent. Before the plot graph, we take burette. So this is burette in which we take colored reagent. So this is the burette in which we take colored reagent. So this is reagent into the burette. It is a color compound. So reagent is color compound into the burette. Now we will take flask. So this is the flask in which we take colored reactant. So this is reactant into the flask. It is color compound. So reactant is also color compound. So here reagent and reactant both are color compound. So before the addition of reagent into the flask, here reactant are maximum amount of present. That's why it give maximum amount of absorbance value by them. So suppose it give 5% absorbance value before the addition of reagent into the flask. Because of reactant are maximum amount of present, that's why it give maximum absorbance value. Then we will add 1 ml reagent into the flask. So this 1 ml reagent add into the flask. At this time, this 1 ml reagent is react with some amount. Suppose 1 ml of reactant react with 1 ml of reagent and convert into the product. This product is formed is colorless. So this product is colorless compound. So this product is formed into the flask. It is colorless compound. That's why light not absorbed by them. So whenever 1 ml reagent add into the flask, so this reagent and react convert into the product. Means decrease the volume of reactant. That's why absorbance value will be decreased. So whenever 1 ml reagent add into the flask, at that time absorbance value is decreased. Suppose this absorbance value is here. Whenever 1 ml reagent add into the flask. Now we will 1 more ml. Suppose 2 ml reagent add into the flask. So one more amount of product will be formed. So here more amount of product is formed. So more reactants are decreased. So absorbance value will be decreased. So whenever 2 ml of reagent add into the flask, at that time 2 ml reagent react with reactant convert into the product. So increase the concentration of product and decrease the concentration of volume of reactant. That's why absorbance value will be decreased with addition of reagent. So whenever gradually addition of reagent, so this gradually reactant convert into the product means decrease the concentration of volume of reactant. That's why absorbance value will be gradually decreased with addition of reagent into the flask up to the end point. So here end point is formed means all product will be formed. So here all colorless product will be formed. Now reactants are not available into the flask. All product will be completely formed. So this product is colorless compound. That's why absorbance value by them is minimum amount of give absorbance value by product. Because of product is colorless compound, that's why minimum amount of absorbance value due by them. Then before the after the end point we add some amount of reagent. So this reagent is as it is into the flask. So this reagent, color reagent, as it is into the flask. Now we give some absorbance value. Means it increase the absorbance value with addition of reagent into the flask. So this reagent added into the flask. At that time gradually concentration of reagent increase the concentration of reagent into the flask. So whenever concentration of reagent increase into the flask, at that time it gives absorbance value will be increased. So absorbance value will be increased with addition of reagent into the flask after end point. So this end point is formed. So this is the end point. Means that much amount 5 ml is reagent is required to all reactant convert into the product. So after the end point, absorbance value will be increased with increasing volume of reagent. Because of product will be formed, Then we add a reagent. So this reagent is as it is into the flask. That's why this reagent is color compound. That's why absorbance value G will be increased. So this absorbance value will be increased with addition of reagent. So that type of graph will be obtained when product is colorless compound. First of all, is graph will be absorbance is decreased with addition of reagent up to the endpoint. After endpoint, with addition of reagent, absorbance value will be increased. So this type of graph will be obtained when product is colorless compound. So this is all about the photometric titration and types of graph. When we plot a graph, absorbance again volume or concentration of reagent is plot. So this is all about photometric titration. If having any question related with this topic, ask into our comment box. So thank you friends.